Hello, bookish friends. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. And if you are seeing the timer behind me, it's because I am currently doing some live reading sprints at the time of me filming this video. So that's why there's this timer here. And I just wanted to come on here and film some videos for you guys this weekend since I'm off from work. And I'm very excited to do my first TBR for my last TBR for 2024. So this is going to be the TBR for Merry Bookmas Readathon. So Merry Bookmas is hosted by my good friend Mel over at Completely Melanie. She's also known to me as BookTube Mom. If you know, you know. She always hosts these seasonal readathons happening every single season. And of course, it's winter season, so it's time for Christmas and all the fun holidays. So grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a blanket. Let's curl up and talk about books, shall we? I'm actually going to use my phone today because I have all the information on my phone. So, like I said, it's hosted by Mel over at Completely Melanie. And then it's also co-hosted by Stephaine over at Stephaine Bookverse. I also know there's a second co-host, but I totally forgot to write the second co-host down. So I'm so sorry about that. This is happening from December 1st through the 31st, so obviously throughout the whole month. Some important info is December 1st, there will be some live reading sprints. So tomorrow there's some live reading sprints happening. December 4th is also live reading sprints. I forgot which channel does which sprints, so I'll leave them all down below in the description. Stephaine will be hosting some reading sprints on the 12th of December. Mel will be doing mid-month reading sprints on her channel. And then on December 21st at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, there will be a movie night. And then December 28th, I don't know what time this one is at. I'm sorry. There's going to be an author chat and also an after-hour like movie night type of thing. So that's super fun. The group book I don't own yet, but I definitely want to see if I can get it from my library. Sorry, I definitely want to see if I can get it from my library. And that is Cupcakes by Annie Glenn Noblin. This is a cute cover with a pug on the cover. Yes, please. And then there is 12 prompts for this round. 2 of them are non-reading challenges, so you don't have a book for that prompt. I made out my TBR for this month, and I'm super excited for all of them. So let's go over the let's go over the reading prompts first, and then we'll jump into my actual TBR. So the first video, I'm messing up. The first prompt of the video is the Santa Claus. These are all based off of movies, by the way. Read a book with a reluctant hero. Number 2 is Jingle All the Way. Read a book with family dynamic. Challenge 3 is I'll Be Home for Christmas. Read a book with a quest. Challenge 4 is Elf. Make your favorite holiday treat. Share on socials. Challenge 5 is Die Hard. Read a controversial book. Challenge 6 is It's a Wonderful Life. Read a book with an unlimited timeline or a time loop. Challenge 7 is Nightmare Before Christmas. Read a spooky book or a scary book. Challenge 8 is Charlie Brown's Christmas. Go to a local holiday concert or a tree lighting. I'll definitely be doing that. And then we have Challenge 9, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Read a book with a grump finding love. Challenge 10 is Polar Express. Read a polar fantasy. Challenge 11 is A Christmas Carol. Read a book about second chances. And Challenge 12 is Dog Days of Christmas. Read the group book. So I don't own the group book yet. So I only have 4 minutes left on this. Oh gosh, hold on. Sorry about that. I had to clear some space off so I can continue filming. Anyways, I am here to do my TBR portion for the video. So as you just saw, we just read all the reading challenges. So I'm going to go back through and tell you which book I'm reading for what prompt. So for Santa Claus, read a book with a reluctant hero. I actually had a hard time with this one. I had to actually Google search this one. So according to Google, This book has a reluctant hero in it, and that is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. This is a first book of a new to me series. I meant to read this in the month of November, and obviously I haven't got around to reading it yet, but hopefully having this on my monthly TBR, it will let me get to it in the month of December. Been hearing nothing but amazing things about this series, and I'm stoked to see what the hype is all about. Challenge 2 is to read a book with a family dynamic, and so this is a new to me author and also a new to me book that you'll see in my book haul, and that is Make the Season Bright by Ashley Henry Blake. I'm sorry. This is a adult romance standalone novel. It is saying This says 2 exes find themselves stuck at the same house for Christmas in this holiday romance by best-selling author. It's been 5 years since Charlotte was ditched at an altar by her ex-fiance, and her mother never checks in. So from that line alone, I feel like there's definitely going to be family dynamics. I know everybody and their mother is reading this one this year as well, so I'm super excited to see what I will think of this one. And as you can see from my sticker, I got it as a buy one get one 50% off deal, so we love that table. Next is to read a book with a quest in it, and so from me, my friend Donna over at Mom's Book Collection, she will be really happy. She'll be happy for me to read this one because she gave this 5 stars, and that was God Killer by Hannah Craner. I'm so sorry for butchering your last name. This is a first of adult fantasy trilogy with book 3 coming out in 2025. I've been meaning to read this one all year. I bought this at the Writer's Block bookstore here in Vegas earlier this year, and I just never got around to reading it yet. And it's so short too. So when I needed to find a book that has a quest, I was like, well, let's see what this one is about. I also had a Google search which books had quests in it, because I know I own a lot of fantasy, and I was like, oh, which fantasy book do I want to read? And then I saw this was on the list, and I was like, yes, please, let's read this one and hopefully love it like our friend Donna did. Next prop is to read a book that is polarizing. And so I know book 1 was definitely very polarizing. I'm not sure how book 2 is going to be. I haven't heard any bad reviews yet, but I know book 1 was very polarizing, and I want to finish off this series in the month of December. And that is Where the Library Hides by Isabel Ibanez. This is the second and final book in this duology. Love book 1, gave it 4 stars when I read it earlier this summer. I was so excited for book 2 to come in my hands, and I haven't read it yet. But just know this might be my first book I read for this readathon, just because it's one of my highly anticipated reads of the year. And I'm so happy that Book of the Month did a matching edition to it, because I love having like matching sets and how pretty they look, you know? So super stoked to be getting into this one. Can't talk too much about this one, but if you love Indiana Jones and like The Mummy, you will definitely love this series as well. For read a book with an alternate timeline or a time loop, I just read book 1 in the month of November, and so I'm going to be reading Never a Hero by Vanessa Lynn. This is book 2 of a trilogy. I honestly love book 1. I buddy read it with my friend Heather, who I'll leave her channel down below in the description. I think we both gave it 4 stars, if I'm not mistaken. I think Heather might have gave it 3.5, but I enjoyed it enough to buy the sequel, which you'll also see the sequel in my November book haul in that video. I don't know what words are today. Sick brain is still here, and I'm so sorry for that. But yeah, love book 1. Excited to see where we go off in book 2. And hopefully I don't have to wait too long, because book 3 comes out in August. So very nervous for that. To read a spooky book, I have picked another one of my most anticipated reads, and that is Sally's Lament by Mary Mancusi, I think is the author's name. This is the newest book in the Twisted Tale series, and I absolutely love each and every one of these books when I do pick them up. And I'm stoked to be reading this one because I'm going to be buddy reading this with my friend Liz, who doesn't have a booktube channel, but I'll leave her stuff down below as well. I bought my friend Liz and I a copy of the Barnes & Noble exclusive cover. So it has the beautiful purple all the way around. And then the end papers, very pretty as well. So I love it. I can't wait to read this one, and hopefully this isn't one that I hate. I hope I love this one. So I have high hopes for this. I don't know what words are in this video. Next is to read a book with a grumpy sunshine trope, or whatever the prompt was. And that was Love Boat Reunion by Abigail Hen Wayne. This is the sequel to Love Boat Taipei, which I read years ago when it first came out. And I remember really enjoying it, but I just never continue on with the trilogy. And now that book 3 is out as well, I'll definitely love to pick up book 3 sometimes next year. But I definitely need to reread book 1 in order to pick up book 2, because like I said, it's been a while since I picked up book 1. But I remember really loving it, so hopefully I will love book 2 as well. For a book with a polar fantasy, I am going to be picking up one of my Owl Crate books, and so that is Omen of Ice by Jesus Akado, I think is the author's last name. This is a first of a YA fantasy series. I'm not sure how long the series will be. I do know book 2 is coming out in 2025, so that's very exciting. But the cover of this is so pretty. And if this doesn't have like a snowy setting, I'm going to be so mad. But I feel like it should, just because of the cover. And I'm curious to see what this is about. I've been staring at this on my shelf for a long time now. I think this came out in 2023. Yeah, 2023 is when this came out. So it's been on my shelf for almost a year now. And now book 2 is almost out. So I definitely would like to start this sooner rather than later. And the last book on my TBR is to read a book with a second chance trope. And that is Before I Let Go by Kaylaini Ryan. This is going to be my first book by Kaylaini Ryan. And this is from Book of the Month as well. So we love getting our book subscription boxes off our list. And I don't know too much about this one, except I hear it's being turned into a movie and John Legend is going to be behind the music, so I'm curious about that. I know my friend Kaylaini over at Kaylaini Simply Me, she loves this series, so I'm excited to see what this one is all about. I do know book 3 is also supposed to come out in 2025, so hopefully I love this one. If I don't, I'm going to be so sad because the cover is so stunning. But I really don't know too much about this except it's second chance at birth, I think, or something like that. I'm not too sure. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. But again, I Google searched like second chance romances, and this is the one that popped up. So I was like, oh, this is the one I own and I haven't read it yet, so might as well get around to reading it this time. So there you have it. That is all the books I am reading from the Merry Bookmas round of 2024. Are you guys participating in this readathon? Let me know down in the comments below. What are your TBR looking like? And I'll talk to you guys down in the comments. Hope you all have a great day or night or not. The choice is yours, and happy reading. And I will talk to you guys down in the comments below. Bye.